Hi everyone, I'm Brock McDonald.
And I'm Harv. Welcome to this episode of RCBC TV. In today's episode, we'll be talking about foam recycling, green holidays, and the recycling hotline.
Oh, those are some pretty interesting topics. Why don't you lead off?
For sure. So I'm going to start off, Brock, with the most recent Metro Vancouver Zero Committee agenda. And in there's a report on our preliminary consultation about a landfill ban for expanded polystyrene foam, which is more commonly known as styrofoam.
Yes, but styrofoam, of course, is a copyrighted...
Yes, it's trademark
name.
We don't call it styrofoam. We call it expanded polystyrene foam, or
right.
I'm just going to call it EPS.
Yeah, call it EPS.
Yeah.
You'll know what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So EPS is one of those products that's included in the Canada-wide Action Plan on EPR, set out by the Canadian Council of the Ministers for the Environment.
Right.
And you're familiar with that list, right?
Sure, and there's other things on there too, like textiles, for instance, and roofing shingles, and mattresses and furniture.
Yeah, exactly.
All things that we can expect EPR at one point or another.
Exactly, that we want to keep out of the landfill. So the EPS foam is interesting because it's already included in the packaging and printed paper program.
Oh, right, that MMBC
has
under Schedule 5.
Residential, right? So when we're talking commercial volumes, though, it's not included.
And there must be a lot.
Well, if you think about it, there was an article in the Georgia Straight, and they were, there's a lot of construction going on in the Lower Mainland, and if you're building a high-rise with 500 units, and then you bring in all your dishwashers and your refrigerators, and you unpackage them all, that's a lot of foam.
Yeah, I guess. One for each unit, right? A fridge and a dishwasher.
Exactly.
Boom, you're going to have all that stuff.
And, the very things that make the EPS foam a great packaging material also make it easy to put it in the landfill. If you think about a 40-yard bin, and you fill it with this EPS foam, you've got a large volume, but not very much weight.
Not very much weight at all. No, you're basically transporting air.
Exactly, right? So then disposing of it seems to be the easier option. And if you do want to recycle it, there's really limited options right now for commercial volumes. So there are some private companies like Foam Only that will take it, make sure it's diverted from landfill. But right now, not a lot of reason or incentive to keep it from the garbage.
And everybody has to deal with it. We probably get phone calls on the hotline all the time about it.
Yeah, exactly. It's a pretty popular material. And the good thing is if you've got it in your home, it's easy to recycle it at a local depot. But yeah, for large volumes, and are you going to haul it? If the landfill is closer, are you going to haul it to a private company, or there's a lot of things to consider.
Well, didn't I hear something about a call to the hotline one time when somebody tried to deal with it in a not so great way?
Yeah, that's right. So it was a lady that called, and this was before the residential program was in place, so there was no recycling for any type of EPS foam. And she had heard that if you put it in acetone, it will dissolve. So she took her foam, put it in acetone, and it did dissolve.
Yeah, it did.
But then she called the hotline because she had a drum of acetone with dissolved foam in it.
And now it just got really expensive to deal with.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now it's hazardous waste.
Yes.
So, it just shows that people want to do the right thing. They're eager to keep it out of the landfill. Don't want to toss it, so...
Well, that's the trick, isn't it? Trying to divert things from the landfill.
Exactly.
And sometimes it's easier said than done, and particularly around the holidays. They can be really challenging.
Oh, really? How so?
Oh, yeah. Like one of the biggest challenges, for men anyway, is Valentines Day. That can be a big challenge. There's a lot of expectations for us on Valentine's Day for us to, do the right thing. In terms of showing and expressing our love and devotion to our loved one. Yeah, so we're so focused on that, sometimes we forget about the waste that we make. So really think about it. So you've got a single-use card, what's that, $8.95. And then you've got a big box of chocolates, $49.95. Dozen roses, $79.95. Well, by doing something special yourself, though, that can be priceless.
Yeah, and once you buy all that stuff, you've got to deal with it too. Like you've got to compost those flowers at the end, you've got to recycle that card, and then that packaging from the chocolates as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And so here I've got an alternative idea for people. So instead of buying all that stuff, what you could do is prepare a nice intimate dinner for two, right? So you could go out and, for less than the cost of that, you'd get a couple of nice steaks and some lobster tails, a nice bottle of wine. And if one or both of you are vegetarian, hey, you can do a really nice salad too, and you can throw in some cranberries and some walnuts and some goat cheese and avocado and make it really special. And then, complete with a really nice, delicious dessert that doesn't leave any waste. Just do your dishes, and you're set. You might have an empty bottle to take back to the depot for refund. But there you have it.
That sounds wonderful. I hope my husband Mike is watching for some ideas.
Oh, make sure he watches. You know where to tune in. But, that's what you can do. You can have, and we got Family Day coming up too, which is the day before Valentine's Day. So it gives you an extra day to plan for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you can have a green double holiday.
There you go. I like that, Brock.
Yeah, that's excellent. So, and if people have other things that, that are left over that they might not know what to do with, well, as we said before, call the hotline.
Call the hotline.
Yeah.
And it's been busy on the hotline. It's wonderful to see as we compile the end of year stats for 2016, just how many queries and questions that we're getting, and it shows that British Columbians are really making waste diversion a priority.
Wow, how many calls have we been getting?
Last year we answered 238,000 questions across all 3 of our platforms.
Well, how many staff do we have? We must have hundreds.
No, Brock. We're just a handful. There's just 5 on the hotline. So
that is a lot of questions for 5 people to handle.
And if you break it down per day, so 365 days a year, it means we're answering about 650 questions per day from across the province.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, and people are getting information. The most common way is through our website, so our Recyclepedia.
Yeah.
And that's accessible, of course, 24/7. You can look it up, get all the information you need. And then the second most popular is our recycling hotline, where people are phoning in.
Right.
And that's a great option if you need more details or clarification. And then, of course, there's the newest member of our hotline family, which is the smartphone app.
The smartphone app, which is a free download, folks, so make sure you have it on your phone.
Yeah, and we'll leave the links down below. So please, if you've got an iPhone or an Android, make sure you download. And it's great for recycling 24/7 on the go.
Oh yeah, there you go. And it's GPS based, so no matter where you are, it tells you the most convenient place to go.
So when you put the stuff in your trunk to recycle and then you leave it in there for a week and then you remember, just pull up the app.
Yeah, and when you're able, I'm in Burnaby now, where do I go there? Boom.
Boom.
There you are.
Exactly.
So make sure you download the app, folks, and tell everybody else about it as well. And if you have any comments about this show or want us to look into some other issues or have questions, just put it in the comment section below. So that's it for our show today. I'm Brock McDonald.
And I'm Harv. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on our next episode of RCBC TV.
And have a great Valentine's Day, folks.